Alrighty, so we're gonna go over another Speedy Bee product. This time I have the Bee25 right there, which is a 3.5 inch Cinewhoop from Speedy Bee. This was sent to me for free, but it was through a giveaway. Speedy Bee is not actually expecting me to make a video on this one. I just decided to do it for fun. It did not come with the 03 air unit, which I have set up here. I had to buy that and get that installed myself, which I do actually have some comments about, which we'll get to. As you can see, I've already obviously opened it. I don't have it in the box. I wanted to test fly it and get some initial thoughts on it first before I decided to actually record the video. And my cats are wandering around and might try and get involved. Yeah, hi. Okay, no, stop. Sorry. So, this, like I said, this is a 3.5 inch Cinewhoop style pusher drone from Speedy Bee, and I think my belief is that they're going to start a modular line of drones, and I'll talk about that in a second. So on this drone, on the bottom, you'll see there's a ring of LED lights. They call this the Meteor lights, which are actually pretty cool. When you plug a battery in, the lights flash, and as you're flying, the lights turn on. So it's kind of cool, easy to fly when it's darker out. You can see the drone easier, as well as it just looks cool. It does have room for a GPS unit in the back, probably a fairly small GPS. You can see here, it's about the size of my thumb. Not a huge GPS point in the back, but it's there. They have a hard-mounted XT30 connector. I do really like the hard mount points. I've had a couple drones where I've accidentally shredded my battery lead due to it getting caught in the motors on a crash, so I like that it's hard mounted. Another thing that I really like is they have a USB extender port back here. So this is a USB-C port that's coming off of the main board. That way you don't have to dig into it to get to a USB port to be able to plug in. So it's got USB-C on the back. This is a Speedy Bee all-in-one flight board. This is not the same one that I did a review on last couple weeks ago, but it is a different circuit board that I don't think they actually sell separately, which is good to know. I don't think you can replace it directly off of their website. The carbon fiber is fairly thin. I'm guessing 2.5, maybe 3 millimeter thick arms, so not super robust. Granted, it is a Cinewhoop. It's not meant for, bashing around trees and crashing into concrete. But it is good to keep in mind. Now, the interesting thing about this drone is they're going to make it modular, was their design idea. And this whole cage up here is all plastic. Not too fancy. But it's only held in by 4 screws. There's one here, here, and then 2 more on the other sides. If you take out those 4 screws, you can disconnect the 03 air unit container, which is kind of cool. You just have to unplug a single wire, which is sitting at the back of the 03 right there, and that wire is already plugged into the board when it ships to you. You can buy it with the 03 air unit installed. If you already have an 03, then, just throw it on separately. It does come with extra antennas? I don't know. You can throw those on, which is nice that you don't have to use your stock 03 air unit antenna, which I actually have right here. You can see I've still got the actual connectors in here. Now, one of my complaints about this drone is this modular system is really cool. It's great that it lets you throw everything together. And actually, let me take it apart and show you how this works. They do ship it with some tools that you can use to take it all apart, which is awesome. I like that they did that. So I can just get these 4 screws out fairly quickly. I can show you what this is all about, how it works. I'm kind of hoping to keep this video under 10 minutes if I can, so let's see how that goes. Perfect. And let's unplug that. Let's make sure I don't lose that last screw. Come on. There we go. Okay. So this is the O3 air unit cage that it comes with. It's very compact. Again, not losing the screw. It's a very compact little cage, which I like that they did. It comes with all the mounting hardware you need, including some kind of silicone rubber gummies to act as the stabilization for the camera. I like that they included that. My issue is back here. So these are the antenna wires that come off of the O3, and they have to get bent and routed up into this little antenna holder. And the antenna holder is a separate part. You can see that it moves separate, which is a real pain, because to get these wires threaded through, you have to already have them plugged into the O3, which you can't. You have to plug them in before you put them in the cage, because you have to have the back bar on the O3 that holds the antennas in. So then you have to thread this antenna holder through the back of the cage and out of this little hole on the side right there. That hole. And there's another one on the other side, which is a big pain. It took me about 4 tries to get it put together. Now that I know how it goes together, it's easy. If you know what you're doing, it's not a challenging project. Notably, the documentation online that SpeedyBee offers doesn't include how to route the wires. It just tells you to put them in here and put it all together. It shows you where the screws go, which is nice. It tells you what screws you need to use. But again, it doesn't tell you how to actually connect it all and in what order, which I was a little disappointed by, personally. Now, my other complaint about this drone is about the noise. So it's a Cinewhoop. Cinewhoops are often used to fly indoors, and I live in an apartment, not a tiny apartment, and I decided I wanted to take it for a flight. I've flown my other Cinewhoop around in the apartment before. You know, it's still a drone, it's not quiet, but it's not painfully loud. This drone, however, is kind of painfully loud. I'm not entirely sure what about these propellers and this whole setup down here, but it creates a very high-pitched whine when it flies, even at idle, even at no throttle. So, I'm not a big fan of how loud the drone itself is. If you're going to be flying it outside, I really don't think it's an issue. Obviously, we fly 5 inches outside and they're just fine. Given that this drone is a Cinewhoop and meant to be flown inside as well, however, you might want to keep that in mind. If you're needing something on the quieter side, this might not be the drone for you. If you don't care about the noise, then go for it. The goal of this drone is to come in under 250 grams. If you have I believe they recommend a 650 milliamp hour battery that is under 60 grams. We'll keep this under 250 grams total. With the current batteries that I have, which are Ovonic 850s, Ovonic 850s 4S, it is a little bit over 250 grams. This one comes in at 261, but again, I went with the 850 batteries, not 650, because I wanted a little bit more flight time. So, keep that in mind. It is meant for 4S and 4S only, which I'm realizing that's where I got the 4S from the F405 AIO video when I was talking about that. Another thing that I actually just noticed, it's got these little standoff feet on the bottom, which I really like. So it does sit off of the ground. There is some clearance underneath the rotors. But that's about it that I have for comments on this. You can get a replacement cage that's aluminum, which would be nicer, more crash resistant. I just have the plastic one. So let's get out and fly it, and I will talk about how it flies. All right, see you out there. out there. It's cold. Come on, let's go in. All right, so we're gonna fly from in the car today because it's very cold out, and I don't really want to be outside. And if you have a problem with that, well, you come out here. It's cold. See if I can get this set up. There we go. I guess that'll probably work. Cool. All right. I'm gonna time lapse this while I get the drone set up and ready, but you hang here. All right, there we go. Now the drone is recording. Not sure why it wasn't earlier. Oh, this is weird. I've never actually flown from in the car before. All right, and we're off. So, it's flying pretty smooth. Of course, my battery's already at 3.8 because I've been sitting so long, I guess. But I gotta admit, it's very nice to be able to fly from inside the car and have near perfect reception. That's pretty great. Can't say I know really what to talk about at the moment, other than the fact that this battery is sagging fast, which I'm a little surprised by. I was expecting that, I don't know, maybe it was down to 4 volts? Not this low already. Though, I would think that has something to do more with the battery than the actual drone itself. So, don't take that as a bad review of the drone. Of course, this flight video is not going to be short, but that's alright. I do have 2 batteries, so I got a second one that we'll put up in the air after this one flies its flight. I also realized how much kind of just fiddling I do, especially like with my mouth while I'm flying, because obviously I don't really see what my face is doing when I'm flying because I'm looking at the goggles. But, you know, like that. Like, just like I lick my lips and fiddle with my teeth or whatever. Wow. Alright, this is cool. So, to be completely honest, this is my literal second time ever flying DJI. So, it's kind of awesome to be able to see so clearly and so smooth of a video. I'm used to flying analog systems, which is a lot less smooth. Oh, there's someone over there. Let's not go bother them. They're probably out walking their dog, wanting a nice relaxing evening and not wanting this loud drone by them. And we got a car coming in. Let's see where they're gonna park. I want to make sure I don't get run over by them. Where are you going, friend? Pick a spot. Cool, great. Alright, I'm actually going to really open the car door, so hopefully you can hear it when it comes in. Alright, here we go. So I'm hoping you can hear how loud and kind of high-pitched that is. Alright. Let's land this battery and we'll go fly the next one a little bit more aggressively, see how it handles it. Oopsies. Cool. Alrighty. I'll speed ramp the video here so you don't have to watch me set the next one up. let's get the door closed. I'm cold. Alright, we'll fly this one a little bit more aggressively. For fun. Oh, it looks like I got some water on my camera. That's annoying. Granted, my camera angle isn't really made for speed at the moment, so this might be about as fast as we're gonna get. One thing I was realizing is now that I have an 03, I'm gonna have to pick up some ND filters for it, because I have them for my GoPro, but I don't have them for the air unit. So the camera's probably like way blown out right now as we're facing the sun here. I don't know how much inboard or onboard video setting control it has. I don't know how low of an ISO it goes down to or all that. I'm assuming that the shutter speed adapts accordingly to be able to get smoother. Words are hard when you're trying to fly. Oop, let's not hit that tree. When you're trying to get smoother motion blur, that's the one. I have fairly slow rates on it right now, which you can see, because that was a full throttle flip there, or roll. Let's go nice and low to the snow and not land in the snow, preferably. This is the bench that I normally sit on when I fly. Yippee! I'm just really enjoying the fact that I can actually see where I'm flying right now. This is kind of wild. I have more than 8 pixels to see on my goggles here. Oh no! Oh no! Oh! Yes, we landed upright! Cool! Oh, there's a dog coming over. Let's not get eaten by a dog. Okay, cool. I hope I didn't just tick someone off. Alright, I really shouldn't be flying here. If I drop in that water, I'm going to be very upset. Brand new 03. Or, brand new to me. Bought it used. I don't really like how high up these goggles sit on my face. I feel like I'm looking up a little bit more than I'd like to. So notably, this battery seems to be holding its voltage pretty well. Like, it dropped fast, but it's holding decent. I definitely wouldn't say that this is the drone you're going to want for freestyle. It's quick. I wouldn't say it's a slow drone, but it's also not... It's not a freestyle. It's not a 5-inch. I have a 3.5-inch freestyle that I fly. It's the Darwin FPV Baby Ape. Fun little drone. Not a Cinewhoop, doesn't have prop guards. It doesn't fly as smooth as this, but it's a lot faster. So, the fact that this has small motors and prop guards, all of that definitely slows it down. Which is fine, it's what it's meant for. I'm just marveling at the fact that I can see these trees. And like, if I were a better pilot, I would feel confident actually flying through the trees, which is wild. Let's not hit the power line, though. But like on analog, I would have hit that power line. I could not have seen it. I mean, I wouldn't have hit it because I wouldn't have flown that close. But I'm very impressed at how well this battery is holding voltage. So for some reason, I guess these batteries sag really fast. But they've got better low-end power? I don't know. Alright, let's bring this in for a landing. And not hit my car. Would be preferable. Come on, nice and slow. Alrighty, cool. Well, I'm gonna say that's all we've got for now. Let me turn off my goggles. That's all the time I have. Yeah, I gotta go to a class. And let me pick up my drone before that dog comes to pick up the drone for me. Whoopsies. The owner of the dog is walking over here. So we're gonna wrap this up. That was a 20-minute video, which I was not expecting. So let's get that wrapped up and get out of here. Thanks for watching. Bye.